So for me, this time of quarantine has been like a reset, just a beautiful gift from God to evaluate the priorities in my life. And one of the really neat things, I think early on, I don't know if it was John or Tyler, talked about how what we do in quarantine will form us. It really stuck with me. And so it's been really formative for me to be in the prayer room and to join in what's going on in the 24/7 prayer, and also to pray both for medical workers and now to pray for racial reconciliation. And it feels like so powerful to be in the prayer room and to be joining with other people and praying in what God's doing during this special time. But it's also just been really formative for me in my sanctification journey. I always come out of the prayer room feeling like I've learned something more about God through the people in the prayer room. The other thing is that I've spent a lot of time in Nehemiah during the quarantine, and so Nehemiah talks a lot about, Nehemiah came and rebuilt the walls. So God just really revealed to me places that needed to be rebuilt in my life.
Exhausted to not see people and stay home, and yeah.
How's online school been?
Good.
I've been grateful for the extra time and the removal of distraction with no sports. And so that has changed a big aspect of my life. And then another thing I'm grateful for is having 3 months straight of dinners as a family together.
Hi everyone, I'm Karen. So during the pandemic, I guess like everybody else, I was struggling a little bit. One neighbor in particular was harassing me constantly. She's crazy and thought that the noise that she was hearing in her head was coming from my apartment. So I was looking for a new place and very quickly found a new place. And on the day that I was waiting to find out if it was going to be approved, I contacted my building manager for my old place to find out if I can get out of my lease 6 months early. And so I just messaged 2 friends and I said, pray now. And within an hour, I had been approved for my new lease without a guarantor, and I'd been let out of my old lease 6 months early. And they let me know, just move whenever and we'll charge you up until the day you do. So that's my story.
Because there's been so much quiet for me, I've been more aware of how specific Jesus has been in inviting me to connect with passages of scripture where I've not wanted to spend time, but have emotionally and spiritually needed to spend time. So, for example, at the start of this season, I felt that Jesus was inviting me to be in Lamentations with him, and that process just revealed some beautiful things to me that I wasn't aware of. The poetry of the book, the honesty of the book, and how in the very middle, the book is a poem. I'm talking a long time. The Book of Lamentations is a poem, and it's a mirror. And so it's meant to draw attention to the very center of the book. And the very center of the book is the verses that say, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They're new every morning. And that out of his essence, God never brings the devastation and the grief and the pain. So it was really grounding for me to both go through that process of grieving and to meet Jesus in the middle there.
So yeah, God has made me a stronger dancer, stronger person, and I'm also reading my Bible more.
Hey everyone, my name is Kevin. I've been attending Church of the City for the past 5 years or so, and I just wanted to share with you guys my experience with Jesus during quarantine. One way Jesus encountered me during quarantine was just reminding me of hope that can only be found through Jesus. And honestly, that has been a very, very big part in how I've been able to stay sane throughout this crazy, crazy time. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, I thought, oh, I've got this. I've been through a bunch of crazy situations. I've lost my gas. I lost several family members in a very short amount of time. I had a bacterial infection right before coronavirus happened, but boy, I was sorely mistaken. I remember in the early days just being so afraid to even go to the grocery when I thought I was taking my life into my own hands. I feel like throughout the past several months, I've been able to really, really remember that hope that Jesus provides. And it's helped me transition from being afraid to go to the grocery store, being apprehensive about going running, to literally looking death in the face last week, where I was trying to talk down somebody who was suicidal and just say to death, "Nuh-uh, not today," because the hope of Jesus is present in me, and I am no longer afraid, but I am just able to always have the armor of God on and just to be able to charge forward. Although, yeah, sometimes I still get a little bit scared, but I know that the Lord is behind me and that I will be able to persevere and to be able to share Jesus regardless of whatever situation happens.